Well, I think almost definitely been talking about the release of the new Harry Potter novel. Sold something like 10 million copies in an hour, and it's not just kids that read it, it's adults. I saw a bloke on the train reading it the other day, and I did think to myself, I thought, well, I wonder if when he goes home, right, for his tea, he has alphabetti spaghetti and like dinosaur-shaped chicken bites. And if he sees a woman in the pub he fancies, he just runs over and punches her in the arm.
I read it.
You read it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's very exciting. It is a kid's book, but it makes it very easy to read.
I haven't read any, and people say to me, they say like, what, you haven't read it? Like I'm the weird one. Yeah, I don't give a shit about wizards. Oh, what's that? If I see the word wizard on a page, I do that. You know? It's just a natural reaction.
You clap.
Oh, I love wizards.
Well, they do that thing as well, the Harry Potter. They bring out, they have the cover for the kids' version, and then they have an adult's cover as well, so you don't feel embarrassed reading. But it still says big letters, Harry Potter.
Yeah. Part of the reason I haven't read it is I haven't finished all the Mr. Men books yet, and I don't feel I'm ready to make that leap. You know, is it the story that if you take your kids on holiday out of term time, you can go to prison? The thing is, if you go on holiday and leave your kids in school, you're even more trouble.
Can't win.
They don't like that at all. That's very bad.
Yeah,
and if you stay home, and send your kids on holiday, especially if it's somewhere like Vietnam.
Krishnan, you've got kids. Would you take them on holiday during term time?
I would.
Yeah, but what if you're in prison and someone says, "What are you in for, Krishnan?" "Tuscany in March." Yeah, I couldn't help myself.
I reckon you'd be very respected by the other prisoners.
Yeah. I took an Houghton Towers. I'm a wrong one.
Sean, Julian and Edith, 32% of Brits think Pete Doherty needs what?
I think he needs to go to jail, because he's in court every bloody week. He walks out, it's off his face usually, gets into an uninsured, untaxed car, crack pipe, a phone in one hand, drives off using his feet. Oh, what's he like?
Perhaps he needs a new spoon.
The amazing thing is, he does all this crime and he never gets put away.
He's going to see that bloody lenient judge, that's why.
He gets arrested so much, right? Every time he buys drugs, he gets arrested. So I think he needs a new dealer. One that doesn't phone the police as soon as he leaves the house, going, yeah, I've just sold it to him.
One more to get. Fingers on buzzers. What else have the nation been talking about this week?
Desert Orchid died. People got upset about that, didn't they? The nation's favourite horse. How nice can a horse be, really? It's like, how evil can a horse be? It's a pretty sort of thin area, that scope of behaviour that they live in, isn't it? It's trotting round a field or stopping. And it's sad, 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 sad.
Because everyone was very upset that he died. But in fairness, at any point in his career, if he'd so much as sprained an ankle, they would have shot him in the head.
There's some amazing quotes, though, wasn't it? So, he was loved because he was so versatile. It's a bloody horse. He couldn't make a brew or do a bit of pottery, surely.
Occasionally, when he crossed the finishing line, he used to lift his hoof up and go...
Yeah.
He was a bit of a character. You know, any opportunity to put a funny hat on, he took it. He often was seen standing behind John McCrick with his hoof going like that.
Sean's team, what do you think the nation have been discussing this week?
I think it's got to be Big Brother.
Big Brother, we're loving the Big Brother.
I do watch Big Brother a lot.
It's where they find these people, like Laura, who got voted off last week. Her first thing she said when she got on there, she was like, "Oh, back home, my friends, they call me Vicky Pollard." Like, they're not friends, Laura.
I was just going to ask you who your favourite is. Who do you like?
I don't know about this mob.
Are you not a fan of Brian? He's amazing.
Oh, no, I think Brian should win.
He's amazing. He thinks women don't defecate.
Did you see that the man thought that women don't defecate?
He basically said, women don't shit. They do little droppings or something, but it's not the same.
I find him really uplifting to watch.
He's so excited about
Yeah.
stuff. On his birthday, they said to him, we're going to give you the gift of knowledge. And he said, I don't want knowledge, I want cider.
It's like reverse counselling. When I watch it with my girlfriend, like watching Chantelle and Ziggy, the amount of times like she's out of order and a bit bitchy and a bit whiny, and I sort of look at my girlfriend and go, "That's you, that." Right? You know? And he's like the weirdest bloke, Ziggy. He's like a cross between Cliff Richard and Russell Crowe. He's got this weird thing in the diary room where he gets in and he sits like this. Yeah, I mean, like, he, like, throws a little... And he changed his name from Zach to Ziggy. Who does that? If you've already got a stupid name, change it to Phil or Steve, not Ziggy.
I love it. I think it's brilliant. I absolutely think it's the best thing I've ever watched. I absolutely think it's brilliant. I absolutely think it's the best television I've ever seen. And I particularly enjoyed Fake Week.
Do you know what Fake Week is?
Yeah, I've just been doing a bit.
Our next round is called Pick of the Polls. Sean, what do you fancy answering a question on?
Naomi Campbell.
Lovely Naomi Campbell. OK. This is an audience poll question. Naomi Campbell escaped jail this week after she was accused of another assault. So we polled the studio audience and asked them, would you work for Naomi Campbell?
She's got 200 hours community service because she went mental on a plane, didn't she?
She has, and it's not the first time she's had run-ins with the law.
Yeah, she's done community service before, didn't she, in New York?
Yeah.
Because she hit her assistant with a BlackBerry. And when you first read it, you go, that's not that bad, is it? A pumpkin, I can understand. If she just got a pumpkin and put it on her head like that... Look a bit like you, actually, wouldn't it?
For our Halloween special on this show, I just light a candle in my mouth.
You just blow it and his eyes go out. I've been abducted by aliens.
Yeah. We all
Loads of times. I had to take out a restraining order. I put it up on my bedroom door. I heard them come upstairs and go...
What happened when you were abducted?
They said, do you know, where's Jimmy Carr live? We want to bring him home.
Sean, Jamelia and Josie, what have the nation been talking about this week?
Madonna's been at it again. She's adopted another child, which is fantastic news for everybody. It is odd. It is odd she's able to adopt. She couldn't obviously adopt here because she's a single 50-year-old mother of 3 who works nights dancing in her pants.
If I could get adopted, I would get adopted by Billy Bragg. That's like my dream person to adopt me. If he's out there, just...
Do you have
I make
parents?
no trouble. Yeah, I've got parents. They're great.
Will they be watching this? Going, what, we haven't written enough protest songs? What do you want, love?
I would choose Adam Woodyard.
Wow, people
He's
have
my
actually got this...
favourite celebrity. I interviewed him once. He's number 1, smiley. Number 2, charming.
This is Ian Beale we're talking about here.
Number 3...
She wants Ian Beale to be her dad.
He just seems... He's very friendly.
They're slagging Madonna off in the paper, like, but she's going to make this child's life better. I mean, I'm from Manchester, and I'm doing all right for myself, but even she would make my life better, you know, so...
Yeah, if Madonna offered to adopt me, even at this point, I'd consider it.
I'd say so.
Yeah. She's probably got things like a jacuzzi.
I wouldn't want to be adopted by Madonna, because, I mean, you would never see her, would you? I probably would see as much of Madonna as this little girl. Apparently they're going to teach her English, because she only knows hello and goodbye. That's all she needs. She goes, hello, Madonna. Oh, goodbye, Madonna. She's got a tannoy in her gym. She's on her exercise bike. She's just going, good night, kids. I love you. It's Madonna, by the way.
What do you think the nation have been talking about this week?
The recession is over. We've got a growth this week was revealed of 0.1%, which means the economy's growing it's growing about as fast as my toenails. That's how fast.
I'd like to see that graph in The Independent.
0.1%. If I hadn't have bought that big bottle of Coke...
And that's what brought us out of recession.
I think it's that, and the fact that Susan Boyle had her back waxed. 6 men working round the clock. Stevedores going... I'd like to let George Michael out and let him drive the Pope-mobile. Normally, you go for a drive if you want to get the baby to sleep, not yourself. I'm feeling a bit sleepy, and Kenny goes, go for a drive. Tucks him in before he goes out. Everyone says they feel sorry for Kenny, and I think he's probably going, brilliant, it's 4 weeks, I know where he is. Every night, I don't have to wait till he comes home at 3 o'clock in the morning. He's got a toilet seat round his neck. Spilling out of his turnips are those blue cubes you find in urinals. You're thinking, oh, he's been at it again.
I didn't know that you can actually... Did they breathalyse you for drugs when you've been driving under the influence of... What do they do?
Point. They put Scooby-Doo on, and if you go... What's weird about it is the fact that it's the third time he's done this in some form or another. You're thinking, how does he get insurance? Who insurances him? Because I'm just learning the language, and I'm getting to like it. Who does he some insurance for the man? For him, drive car, go to work, have fun playing. I mean, it's Keith Richards running an insurance company now. And he just does Kerry Katona and Pete Doherty.
I think it's the same people that do mine.
I'd like to see. I'd like to see his insurance form. Is the vehicle parked securely overnight? No, it's usually in a ditch on Hampstead Heath.
So our next round is pick of the polls. Sean, Mickey, Jedward. Pick a question.
Let's go for the man in the mask.
OK, you've chosen the mugger. Here is a clip.
Is he a mugger?
Yes, he is.
That's a bit judgmental, isn't it?
Yeah. OK, now here's your related question. If attacked, most people would leave a friend to fend for themselves. True or false?
Imagine you're being attacked, Kate. The friend has to help, so he has to run off and get help.
Oh, what's that? What's that? Earwigs at the rhubarb.
It's all to do, I suppose, with a friend, isn't it? Because we've all got friends who are complete arseholes. You always keep one in your life, don't you? And you hope that one day they'll shape up and you go out with them and they're still an arsehole. And they get you in trouble. That one, I'd probably go, I'll see you in a couple of years' time.
It's worth remembering, if you don't have one of those friends, it's you.
If you or John was attacked, would you help out?
The thing is, like, they might think
they might
come after John, thinking it's me, and then kill John. And I'll be like, it was meant to be me.
Why would they care which one?
I would totally help out. I wouldn't run off and be like, I'd totally take down the person and they'd be gone. I'd be like, go away, and they'd go away.
I'd like call it.
This is like.
Go away!
John, if you were walking with a friend, imagine you had a friend, and well, because you live on your own. But if you were with a friend and you got attacked, what do you think?
Yeah, if I had a friend, I would fight to the death to keep hold of it. It'd probably be me doing the attacking. Never leave!
Okay, when the situation happens, okay, I'd know what I'm doing. Right now, I know what I was doing, but I will know what I'm doing if it ever happens.
Yeah, if you get attacked. Yeah, if it's like in an alleyway, someone jumps out with a knife, you would know.
Leave the area!
Nice.
Not welcome!
Sean Steen, what do you think the nation have been talking about this week?
Is it the trial of Michael Jackson's doctor? Dr. Murray is accused of being responsible for Michael Jackson's death, which is odd, really, considering that Michael Jackson, apparently, in his house, he had 4 gallons of anaesthetic just stored in his house of serious, like medical anaesthetic, which is probably enough to put Louis Spence to sleep.
That's a lot. That is a lot. John, what do you think the nation have been talking about this week?
Well, there's a new talent show in town, Jimmy, and it's called The Voice. And maybe you're not watching The Voice. Will, I am.
John Richardson, everyone.
Yeah. You know when sometimes you're watching a TV talent show, it's basically karaoke on TV, and you think, this needs chairs that spin round.
It seems to be such a big selling point, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Chairs spin round, it's a big deal.
It's quite exciting at first.
I don't think it's part of the format. I think it was in Tom's contract, because his hips are so bad he can't turn round anymore. It took so long, they put the chairs in. After the show, they put wheels and handles on it and take him home.
28% of people think the government is hiding evidence of aliens. True or false? What do you think, John?
I've been saying it. I haven't seen it for 10 damn years. Ain't I been seeing it?
Finally, an accent that goes with that shirt.
I think if anyone is throwing insults about clothes, it shouldn't be you tonight.
Why are you wearing that? Because I thought we weren't allowed to talk about it. Because you know sometimes when someone's a bit weird, you can talk about it. And then when something's so weird, everyone goes, is he all right?
God, wear a waistcoat. What's the matter with that? It's nice.
It just looks ridiculous.
Oh, back to aliens. Do you believe in aliens, Bunley?
I don't, and anyone who does is a knobhead.
Do you know something I found out? That you know, when you buy ham in the supermarket, in a packet, there's cameras in there. When you look at the ham, oh, what's the sell-by date on that? There's somebody watching you in, like, a government office somewhere. They're all just shocked. They're all going, why isn't this on the news? Because they won't let it out there. So that's the kind of games they're playing with us.
Once you know that, the aliens thing doesn't seem so weird then.
No.
Apparently we've got a sound problem. Hang on one sec. What's the sound problem?
Well, obviously they're trying to shut us down, aren't they? No, you're not fucking taking me!
Whose mic is it? It's Sean's mic. You're just sorting it?
Yeah. If this isn't proof of what I've been saying, yeah, let's shut Sean up. Jimmy, I'll see if you lie, because I've got a question I want to ask you.
Sure, go ahead.
Something.
Go ahead.
Have you had your teeth jazzed up?
Yeah, I've had my teeth jazzed up. That was the exact term I used.
Yeah.
I want
really
that.
white. It looked like you swallowed a torch.
Yeah, well, they were looking kind of shitty, and I was getting, you know...
Like this?
Yeah.
Did you
send no, they weren't that bad. They were bad. They still look like teeth.
I got the teeth of like a dead horse that found in the Thames after about a month.
I like your teeth, but then I like Watsits.
Yeah.
Which made me think, oh...
Yours are so bright. They're a bit... I mean, when you switch the lights out at night, do moths bump into them? I think we'll have Richard.
OK. Here's your question. Most people find driving a stressful experience. True or false?
False. It's not stressful. I'm usually drunk anyway.
Is that why you crashed that car? Is that... Were you pissed?
That was on purpose.
Why did that crash?
What happened? Tyre blew. Tyre went bang at 300 mile an hour. And
Why would that happen? Why would a tyre go up?
it was bad luck.
It wasn't a plot to kill you.
I hadn't thought of it like that until now. No, it was a tyre blew, but it happens to...
Well, I'd just like to say thank you for all the jokes we got out of it.
That's why I did it.
I've actually never met someone who's a text joke before.
What, was I a text joke?
Oh, yeah, there's loads of them going around.
I suppose that's one of the terrible things, is you sort of missed that.
You missed that?
Seven years
Didn't
ago.
anyone send them to you?
Well, no, I couldn't see, could I, Billy?
There was some crackers going round. My favourite one was the reason they call you the hamster is after the crash, your nuts were in your cheeks.
That's not bad, you know. Why have I been protected from all of these? My wife never told me any of these.
A lot of people have social skills, so they wouldn't have mentioned it. But Sean is a different kind of man, and he tackles it head on. Have you been involved in any protests, John? Have you done any marching?
I've done some marching, yeah. Mostly around my house to my own tune. No, I don't think I have.
Really? I do. I do quite regularly do protests. I did one the other week for a pensions march. It was quite a vocal march. It wasn't for pensioners. It was on behalf of the pensions industry because people are living too long. They used to walk around saying, "What do we want? A cold snap." It was sponsored by EDF, which stands for Elderly Die Frozen. That's what it
Well, Paul, as you're on the show tonight, we thought we'd have a little sort of 8 out of 10 cats bake-off. Sean, what have you got?
Oh, I went to town.
What did you bake?
Well, you've heard of the famous layer cake.
Oh, yeah, the layer cake, of course.
Well, I went for a lay-by cake.
Talk us through the cake. That's an extraordinary thing.
Well, it's a lay-by, and we've got a badger that's been run over. And then there's a mattress. There's a Battenberg mattress. I've done the back with some stains on it. Dumped mattress on a lay-by. Some toilet roll. I didn't have time. I ran out of time to do the pants on the hedge. What do you think of me, Battenberg? And then there's little bin bags here.
Genuinely spitting that out. Sean, he's got to taste a lot of cakes. He just tastes it and then he spits it out.
What's this made of?
This...
Sugar paste?
I used sugar paste and an actual turd I found in a lay-by.
I think it looks fantastic. I like the sponge. It's nice and moist. It's got a good bake on it. No soggy bottom. Well done.
Thank you. No soggy bottom.